Hi, my name is Egan. I'm just submitting another vlog. Today was an exciting day. I met with a realtor regarding purchasing my first real estate property or renter's property. I'm really excited. I've already been pre-approved for a loan. However, we did discuss about maybe working with another lender. Since I did not list all of my assets and all of my income, I think being a first-time buyer and me just having, I'll be done with my bachelor's degree in December. However, me having a decent job, but definitely I could be making more. But I think I have a good credit score. I work for a financial firm. What I'm trying to say is that I was approved for a good amount. However, being a sole income person and having a daughter, which that doesn't necessarily factor into it unless I was using my child support to add additional income. Overall, what I'm trying to say is I was approved for a decent amount. It's just based off of my sole income alone. It may not get me, exactly what I'm looking for. But I believe a first-time buyer is suitable. I'm more than likely going to consider purchasing a townhome, or me and the realtor, we discuss purchasing a property that's further out. That way it's within my price range. So I'm excited. Usually when people think of first time home buying, it's their first home. People think, I'm buying my first home, which essentially I am buying my first home, but the first home that I'm purchasing, I'm going to have it as a rental property. So it's an investment for me, which I'm excited. We did also, we discussed about with the lender, I could purchase this property. They are going to help me find a tenant. However, nothing is guaranteed. But let's say I use their services, I find a tenant, and then I could turn around and purchase another property essentially. I believe I have up to 11 properties I can purchase with that lender before I would have to use a portfolio, go into a portfolio. It's definitely an exciting period in my life. Of course, I'm nervous. I'm going to research more information on it. I am the type of personality that I am. I'm a very ambitious person. I have funds for the down payment. However, I limit. Some people, they have family and they're Debbie Downers. So I definitely have discussed with them me purchasing my first home. But I have not discussed me purchasing my first home and turning it into a real estate property, or a renter's property. So that is kind of nerve-wracking. But I think, I'm taking a risk. I'm 25 years old. Yes, I do have a child, but I have more room to screw up. I still have more room to screw up because I can still recover from whatever pitfall I experience, because I am relatively young, so I still have time to recover from it. So I'm buying my first renter's property, and I am also looking towards I would like to, in my head, of course, I'm like, I want to self-manage my property. I want to manage it myself. Realistically, I am considering using a property management service, and the real estate agency I'm using, they do offer, they give you referrals. So I'm definitely going to shop around to see what the costs of using a property management service versus me managing the property, trying to manage the property myself. Hopefully I have a decent, I would love to get a decent property where it's not horrible, but we'll see how things work out. I feel like this is an ambitious step, a risky step, a risky investment. But hey, at least I could say I took a risk in my 20s. I've taken a lot of risk. So far, I am comparatively, I have no debt. Well, let's take that back. I have a car loan, but I will be done paying it off next month on the 15th. So I only have $300 left on my car loan, so my car is paid off. I don't have any credit card debt. I only have one credit card, and I have, and I work for an investment firm. So I do have definitely. I want to take a risk now rather than later. I do have one child, but me and her dad, we are joint custody. He does pay me child support. It's not much, but it's something that I use that's directly used on my daughter. It's not used on anything else but my child. But I'm very pleased with my life so far. Some people would look at the different situations I've been through and may feel pity for me, but I definitely don't feel sad. I'm independent. There's a level of satisfaction when you can say you're independent, when you can say, hey, I'm gonna go to the movies by myself, or hey, I'm comfortable with doing things by myself. I'm not codependent. If I want to go somewhere, I go. If I want to take my daughter out to eat, just me and my daughter, I pay for the bill, I do that. I don't have to have anyone to take care of me, anyone to be dependent upon. And that's internally, that's the best feeling in the world. This past week, I asked one of my friends, he's probably in his mid to late 30s. He's literally never lived on his own before, and it was completely mind-blowing. I'm like, what? You have never lived on your own before? That's astonishing. I'm like, whoa, I wonder how many people have never lived on their own. It's just, I think living on your own is a wonderful experience. It teaches you to be satisfied with yourself. Of course, it's good to socialize and not be isolated, but I love just having time where I can make and do whatever I want. And usually my time is spent studying. I'll be done with my second degree in December. I'm starting my Master's of Health Administration in January. So spring 2021. I'm also going to be applying for UTD's dual program, Master's Business Administration and their Master's of Science in Entrepreneurship. So I'm excited about that. It's in life, there's a lot of opportunities. And me being a parent, I would say I would give my child room to grow. Because I believe, some parents are smothered, they coddle their children too much. To the point the parent is making the decisions and the child remains Peter Pan forever, remains a kid their entire life. They never fully grow up. Probably the only time that they grow up is after their parents died, which I'm not wishing that on anybody, but my parents definitely, I love them, but that's a whole nother story. You have to look at my first video to understand that story. It's kind of like an ostracized. They ostracized me because I didn't want to be a part of the religion. The Jehovah's Witness religion just was not for me. I'm a very logical person. And yeah, it wasn't for me. A lot of cults or a lot of religious organizations, they want to make it seem like, oh, if you're not a part of our association, our organization, our religion, you're going to turn out this horrible person. So just living my life to the fullest and making sure I the decisions I make are properly thought out, and trying to make every decision in the best interest of my daughter, myself, and my child. It's just like the best feeling. I know I'm going to be the successful person that I want to be, and it's going to be the greatest feeling in the world to say, look at me now. Yeah, yes, you ostracized me, or yes, you shunned me, yes, you disfellowshipped me, but look how far I've gotten as in career wise. Look how accomplished I am. But everyone's definition of happiness is different. Everyone's definition of success is differently. Some people view happiness being a religion that says, no, you can't celebrate Christmas. No, you can't celebrate your birthday. You can't do this. You can't do that. You have to read this to continue the indoctrination, continue the mind control. And hey, that's not for me. There, in this particular situation, the grass is greener on the other side. Yes, you do go to get to the other side. You will go through bumps. You will be stumbled. You will feel like, oh my goodness, why can't I just be one of those people that parents give them money and buy them the house or do all this? Why do I have to go through this? But going through the difficult or challenging process makes you more equipped to handle difficult situations because you've experienced some challenges versus someone that's has not experienced challenges, and then once they do go through something horrible, they turn around and say, Mommy, Daddy, I can't handle this, I need to go to therapy. What am I going to do? I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to be a man. I don't know how to handle this responsibility. So yeah, sometimes in life, in my particular situation, I'm adopted. We don't, choose necessarily what situation we're born into, but we just have to make the best of the situation we're given. If we're given a tough situation, we have to turn it around to make it out of a positive situation where we're happy. It may not be everybody's happiness defines their happiness in a different way. I'm defining my happiness as financial stability, having a good relationship with my daughter where she's not pressured to confine to this certain identity or this certain social status. I want her to be able to find her identity, identify her ego, what makes her happy on her own. Of course, I'm going to encourage her to pursue a higher education. Is that the means to success? No. But does it teach you how to critically think? Yes. Does it teach you how to be disciplined? Does it help you be more disciplined? Yes. And it adds credentials because, as far as what I've experienced, me being able to say, hey, I have a master's degree adds those certain credentials. Even if you're not doing anything with your degree, you can still say, I'm an educated person. You know how to critically think. Speaking for myself, well, I can't speak for everybody, but it does add value to your life. I definitely want my child to experience that value. And it adds something to fall back on as well. If you have I have a associate's degree in science, and I'm getting a bachelor's degree in general studies, minoring in health professions, psychology, and English. So having a bachelor's degree, it's just more of something to fall back on. Personally, I feel like a associate's degree is like, unless you get it very specialized, like associate's degree in nursing, then you could receive that financial gain in comparison just with a general associate's degree. But, I feel like a bachelor's degree definitely adds value, and I would want my child to pursue education. It just helps you understand life. I didn't know, like, being in the situation I experienced, I didn't realize there were so many opportunities, like being ostracized at 18, having to live in a shelter, then having to kind of, I met my child's father, just trying to like figure that out, and being under the mindset of you're supposed to get married. It was a lot. And now that I'm independent, doing for myself, not saying I wasn't doing for myself prior to me, my child's father, but now that going to finish my degree, I'm like, wow, there are so many opportunities I had before having a child I did not realize. So if you're a young person like myself looking at this video, or your early 20s, I'll be 26 in December, but still, there's so many opportunities you have. Even if you have a child, you can still do a lot. There's still a lot I can go out there and decide to do. Now I couldn't just, go travel or work for the Peace Corps and work overseas for three months because of the Texas state child support regulation. But there still is a lot I can do. For instance, me buying my first renter's property or real estate property and saying, hey, I know technically I have to live within this jurisdiction, but I'm going to buy a property and rent it out over here. And maybe I would buy another property in due time and rent it out for there. And I will just live within the jurisdiction that the judge gave me, but still have income from the other properties. So it's not, essentially what I'm trying to say is there are limits to life, but you can definitely still be happy and work around those limits that people try to give you. I can't wait until I reach my financial goals. I am evolving into the successful businesswoman, successful person, successful mother that I want to be. So right now, I couldn't be happier. Just to say, hey, I'm graduating with my undergraduate degree in December. I already have another degree. Because a lot of people try to stigmatize African American women, try to look down on us, like we're not going to be anything in life. So just to fight against that statistic, to say, no, I didn't get married to my child's father because I didn't want to deal with being his mother and being a mother to my child, because he wasn't raised responsible. He wasn't raised to be a man, essentially. I'm sorry, I'm just saying that. They may feel differently, but I'm not going to be his mother. And I'll just use an example so it doesn't feel like I'm just putting him down. Like his mom would literally wash his clothes. I wash my clothes. I feel like he's a man. He should wash his clothes too. Why is your mother coming over? He is in his mid-30s now. When I was with him, he was probably early 30s. Washing your clothes, and you don't stand up for me. So it was a lot of chaos there. But just to live my life as a good example for my child, I am happy that I'm setting a great example for her. And then she has a comparison to the example of her dad. Hopefully wish him the best. Hopefully he's doing great. He's happy. He's phenomenal. But when your parents control your life, I cut that off when I was 18. My parents wanted me to be a Jehovah's Witness. I was like, no, it's not for me. We're not going to have anything to do with you. You're going to have to get out there and do it on your own. Okay, I will. Was it challenging? Yes. But am I doing it? Yes. I'm doing it on my own. So I just wanted to come on here and spill my life experience. I hope everyone will have a phenomenal weekend and enjoy your day.